Idiot Radio, taking it to the edge and back.
It's time for the Nerdnado podcast on Idiot Radio.
Well, hello again, beautiful people, and welcome back to the Nerdnado podcast. So this time around, we are actually going to be continuing our conversation with all of the movies, the films, because there's so much good stuff coming out.
I mean, it just keeps on coming.
It does keep on coming.
We didn't even hit the tip of the iceberg last week.
We didn't. No, there's so much more to go over. So I just want to go ahead and start off with a movie that's actually going to be coming out exclusively in Pittsburgh. So for you anime fans out there, especially me, in particular fans of the Fate series, there's actually going to be there's a one and only screening at the Hollywood Cinema here in Pittsburgh, and they're going to be showing the Fate movie. It's going to be happening this Saturday, which would be the 18th.
I'm not too familiar with Fate, but it's larger.
Yeah,
isn't
no,
it?
it's definitely a larger anime.
4 series?
How
many series are there?
Well, there's Fate Zero, there's Fate Stay Night, there's Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works, there's Fate Stay Night. This is the one that they're doing in theaters.
Yeah.
It's like Stay Night, Heaven's Field. It's
Heaven's Field, and then there's Fate Apocrypha,
which is Netflix.
Yeah, which is on Netflix. So yeah, there's definitely that going on. I will personally be there, and I know a couple of our friends will also be there.
For people unfamiliar with Fate, imagine like a Hunger Games-esque battle royale, but with heroic spirits from the past.
Yeah, from what I remember about seeing about it, it's like all these people fighting for a chalice or
the Holy Grail, because in every anime you're either fighting for the Holy Grail or you're going to fight God at the end.
Yes, exactly.
Isn't that called a
what?
Tournament?
Tournament on.
Yeah, but yeah, some of the examples of characters are King Arthur, Alexander the Great, what else? Mordred.
Yeah,
cool
Mordred.
Stuff like that.
You're going to have a lot of historical characters coming in and having magical abilities, and they're going to be fighting essentially to the death.
And makes it interesting.
Yeah, it's a really, really good series. If you are a fan of anime, I definitely recommend it.
So speaking of good series, by the way, we're hitting pretty hard with some Star Wars stuff right now. So
we are.
We have our next movie actually is coming out
very soon.
Next month.
Yeah, next month.
Which also, for those of you who don't know, Star Wars just announced another trilogy.
Yeah,
Disney announced another trilogy for Star
really?
Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How did I miss that?
They announced it last week?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
off the top
I saw a
of my head.
link on Facebook last week, but I was too lazy to click it.
Can we have someone fact check that?
So you want to go ahead and fact check that, Aiden? All right.
Well, see,
go ahead.
The thing, though, about the next movie is it seems very interesting because where we left off with the last one was kind of weird. We just kind of had Rey and everybody kind of just doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And it didn't really answer many things.
No, it didn't. It left more questions than it did answers.
Well, that's what a good trilogy does.
It is
for the next two movies.
Yes.
That's true.
So yeah, the next one is The Last Jedi.
So my only question, though, is with a title like The Last Jedi, how are you going to have a movie after that?
Yeah, I know, right? It's going to be very, very interesting.
It's not going to be The Last Jedi, because, Luke's a Jedi, and then Padme's going to... Or not Padme, Rey's going to be a Jedi.
So well, you have to think about it. If they're saying The Last Jedi, then that means a Jedi is going to die.
Well, there's two now, and the main character of the series is Rey, which leaves one other Jedi to die, Luke. Process of elimination.
Or
maybe Luke runs away again.
One of the two.
No, Darth Vader hurt my feelings.
But yeah,
Not again, Dad. Leave me alone.
So we definitely have a lot of good Star Wars things coming on. While we wait for Aiden to go ahead and fact check a couple things, let's just go. I just want to really quickly touch upon the Netflix aspect of things.
So Stranger Things.
Let's say Stranger Things season 2 that came out.
Oh my God, it's so good.
It's really, really good.
Stranger Things.
More Stranger Things, and
so
it's it is very good. I would definitely recommend that.
Yeah, it's just it's fantastic. And I hate to sound like one of those Stranger Things fans. It's like, have you seen it yet?
Have you seen it
yet?
Have you seen it?
But it's so good. Like it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, no.
And like they're the actors. Like I've been watching some interviews lately.
Yeah.
And they're honestly just really cool people. Like they relate to their characters more than they seem.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And they also have some very good child acting.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, child acting is kind of a sketchy area in films if anyone's really familiar with it. But sometimes it can be real gold.
See, with season 2 though, Stranger Things, if you're curse sensitive, don't watch it.
No,
there's a lot of cursing.
There's a lot of cursing in season 2, even by 11.
No, it's by Dustin.
No,
it's Dustin.
It's a lot of Dustin.
Is it a lot of Dustin?
Oh, it's only Dustin.
I'm not too far into it.
The scene where he has Dart.
I just watched the video earlier today, and it was Stranger Things 2, but it's only Dustin cursing.
Oh my lord!
It's like 3 minutes long.
Oh my goodness gracious!
There's a scene where I'm not going to give too much away, but it's Dustin running out of his house, and he's like in like full like suit of like weird like hockey armor.
Yeah,
and he has like a hockey stick for like a goalie, and he's running outside.
He's just cursing the entire time.
It's so funny.
Yeah. Also, moving on to like the more adult side of
TV shows.
Yeah, TV shows.
The Walking Dead is starting to pick up again.
Yes,
which
Walking
is
Dead picking up.
Very interesting. See, the thing about the last season is because I watch a lot of The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
The last season was kind of slow. It was a little heavy.
Okay.
And it was good, but not as good as the others. Like the first 2 seasons were probably the best.
Okay.
Probably because it just moved. There was character development.
No,
there was action.
I get that. Yeah.
See, I can't relate to this conversation at all because unlike you fancy cable folks, I got Netflix.
Yeah, I watched all of The Walking Dead on Netflix. It's not an excuse.
Really?
Well, no, I did watch. There's 2 seasons that aren't on there yet.
That's true.
It's only up to season 6.
No.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, no.
My bad.
Yeah,
Wait, there are 8 seasons?
Yes, there are 8
seasons.
The 8th season is right now, actually. Which the thing is, though, I haven't been really too in touch with it. But the thing is people are saying it's a lot like it's better because it's not as slow, it's not as heavy. Yeah. It's kind of more fluid and like liquid.
Okay, yeah. No, I get that. Yeah, Walking Dead is definitely one of those.
It's good.
Yeah, it's one of those shows that's very, very good.
But the thing is people always, especially people that read the comics, they go in thinking like, oh, this is going to be like the comics.
No,
but it's not.
Comics.
People need to understand that the comics and the show are 2 different stories.
They're 2 different animals entirely.
They have some similarities,
but they're not the same.
They do have some similarities.
And my theory is there are 2 different things.
Yeah.
Not theories, just how I like to look at them.
Yeah.
Is the comic is what would happen if you took a young boy and his father and threw them into a zombie wasteland.
So Rick and
Carl.
Yeah.
Carl. But the thing is the show is more Carl central.
Yeah.
Because Rick is there a lot, but he kind of is just absent, like he's a little gone in his head.
Yeah, no. I get that.
Ever since he kind of went crazy.
Yeah. No, in the prison.
Yeah.
It was when he screamed Carl that we knew we'd lost him.
But the thing is the show shows Carl in such a more like dark and interesting place.
Yeah.
Because in the comics, he's just kind of this little innocent boy. And like he does some messed up things.
Oh, he does some very messed up things.
Oh, well, no, Rick is worse though.
Oh no, Rick is
if you remember.
Rick is absolutely worse in the comics.
I mean, this isn't that huge of a spoiler, but he killed a man with his teeth.
Yeah, he did. That was.
I didn't see that one yet.
Oh,
or did I? don't know.
No, that's season 4.
Okay, well, it's been a while.
I saw that.
So that's enough Walking Dead.
Yeah.
You know, movies are still out there. We're still gaining a lot of movies. And that kind of leads on to our next thing, which is the Pacific Rim.
Oh, Pacific Rim Uprising. Yeah, that's my movie right there. I've been looking for a sequel ever since the first one back in 2013, and they delayed it like twice.
Yeah.
Well, that was because the first Pacific Rim didn't really get that much of a good welcoming.
Yeah, but it was fantastic.
It was a fantastic movie. I agree.
I'm pretty excited for the second one.
I am pretty excited for the second one.
I watched the trailer, and I thought it was interesting how they kind of, promoted it.
I mean, you take giant robots, giant monsters, and you put two guys in a giant robot, and then they fight giant monsters.
Is this not just what Godzilla was?
Yeah, except with giant robots.
No, there was a robot Godzilla.
Yeah, but there's a lot. There are people in robot suits.
Yeah, that's not
Godzilla robot had a person in it.
Well, Mechagodzilla isn't as cool as all the robots that fight all.
I don't know. Godzilla as a robot was pretty interesting.
Right, Mechagodzilla. We're not talking about Mechagodzilla for crying out loud.
Talking about Pacific Rim.
Talking about Pacific Rim 2. In particular, I like the way that they're implementing more technology into this one.
Yeah. They seem to show how their technology has advanced. They've been learning.
Yeah, absolutely.
The movie takes place like 10 years after the original, so the robots are better, the technology.
Everyone's all like, "Oh, everything's hunky dory. We just gotta fix our world now," and then everything's like, "It's not."
Remember that time it wasn't hunky dory? It's not hunky dory.
Yeah, that's now.
That's now.
That is now. But so it was very, very. I certainly am excited for the next Pacific Rim movie. I certainly feel as though it will be a good one in both action and also in lore.
Well, see, the reason we need it so bad though is because action movies aren't doing too hot right now. We don't really have that many, do we?
Excuse you?
Let's
mean all the superhero movies just came out don't satisfy you?
Let's say, really?
Are you not entertained?
Well, if in the past couple of years, it hasn't always been superhero movies for action movies, though.
Very true.
That's true. Yeah, I feel as though this will be one of the first.
I mean, we had some great action movies that became memes last year, but still, like Jason Bourne is good.
Yeah, that was a good movie. I certainly feel as though Pacific Rim 2 will be a good action movie that isn't entirely a superhero movie.
And I love superheroes not as much as the next person, but I kind of want something fresh. I want something new.
Yeah, I definitely feel as though we need something fresh. Although, on the topic of superheroes, it brings me back to all the Netflix stuff that has been going on. We actually have gotten a new trailer for The Punisher.
Well, yeah, the next season.
On Netflix.
You mean the first season?
I thought Punisher had a show.
No, he was in season 2 of Daredevil.
Yeah.
And that was
pretty much the same thing.
Yeah,
no, not the same thing.
No, not the same thing. Because in the Punisher show, it's going to be much more adult. I can tell already.
Well, yeah, because Punisher just like murders people.
Yeah, unlike Daredevil,
it's not for bad reasons though.
Doesn't.
Daredevil has definitely killed a few people.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, he's killed a few people. But the Punisher, that's his entire deal.
Yeah,
the entire deal of the Punisher is he is pure anti-hero.
Well, maybe they deserved it. Maybe that
is his thing. They do deserve it.
That's his thing.
Maybe they need punished.
Oh my lord, stop!
Well, do you understand anything that's going on?
Do you?
I don't understand.
Right.
Well, if you want to see the Punisher punish people, it comes out on Friday. So
it does come out on Friday.
Look forward to
I am very excited.
Speaking of close release dates, we talked about it a little bit last week. You might as well go back to it. Tomorrow we have Justice League or Injustice League. Justice League.
It's Justice League. Yeah,
they change it back and forth.
They did change it back and forth. No, absolutely.
Justice League comes out tomorrow, if I remember that correctly.
No, it does come out tomorrow, I think. But I mean, going on the topic of Justice League and especially superheroes. I certainly feel as though Justice League would be a good movie. There have been reviews for it because the review copies have come out.
Guess what the review said? Not good.
They said it was but like it's still really fun to watch.
Yeah, no, I mean, I certainly feel as though it's going to be a good movie.
Okay, sure.
I mean, again,
I feel like it's going to look good and it's going to feel good.
I just think when it comes,
the plot
I think when it comes down to
great.
like actual movies, though, like actors and movies, not animations. I think Marvel kind of has the lead, and they're going to keep the lead, and it's not going to change. But like, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you guys,
go ahead.
We were actually a bit off on the release date. It's Friday, not
My
tomorrow.
bad.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering on that because like, who releases a superhero movie on a Thursday?
You know what? I give you that. But
if I mean, also a superhero movie on Thursday, maybe I want to.
Also, IMDb has an 8.4.
Okay,
that's just a bad business phone.
Yeah, that is a bad business phone.
Is that actual reviews or user reviews?
I think
it can't be user reviews. It's not out yet.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, anyways, we're actually going to have to wrap up this conversation.
Yeah.
But before we actually do wrap up, again, we have a wonderful sponsor. We have the Geekadrome. And the Geekadrome is sponsoring us. And what they're doing is they're giving us the opportunity, and actually you guys the opportunity, to be able to get a $30 gift card. If you like and share the Nerdnado podcast Facebook page, it is just called Nerdnado Podcast, we will be able to get that $30 gift card. So
$30. Did you say $3?
I said $30.
I'm pretty sure you said $3.
Did I say $3? All right. Well, anyways, we're going to be going ahead and taking a break. We will see you soon.
Man.
The Nerdnado podcast on Idiot Radio is brought to you by the Brookline Teen Outreach, a nonprofit located in the South Hills of Pittsburgh that offers free programming to youth ages 10 to 18. After school and weekend drop-in sessions provide tutoring, access to computers, community service opportunities, counseling, and life skill programs. The Brookline Teen Outreach is dedicated to making a difference in people's lives by offering success, understanding, and hope in our community. For more information, please visit Facebook, Twitter, or their website, brooklineteenoutreach.org.
Hey, it's Todd Double D DeFazio, host of The Double D Show, Pittsburgh's best podcast, according to the readers of the Pittsburgh City Paper. Get caught up on the podcast and get information for our Season 6 return. Go to DoubleDShow.com.
It's the Double D Show.
The Geekadrome Games and Comics, located at 534 Brookline Boulevard, Pittsburgh, PA, is your one-stop shop for comics, games, shirts, Magic the Gathering, D&D, action figures, and more. In addition to being a retail store, we also host events for Magic the Gathering, Dungeons & Dragons, and HeroClick. Make sure you join up with our Facebook groups for events and special releases. For more information, like the Geekadrome Games and Comics on Facebook.
Hello and welcome back to the Nerdnado podcast. So we recently just talked about the movies that have been coming out. So now I think it's about time that we start talking about the games that have been coming out. All those really good games.
We talk about movies a lot because it's been a great year for movies.
It has been a great year for movies.
But I think this has been the most generous year for video games in such a long time.
Oh, no, absolutely.
We've been getting so much.
Yeah, I definitely feel as though we've been getting a lot. So I just think we should break the mold real quick with, in particular, a Nintendo title.
Okay.
And I think we should start off with the much anticipated Super Mario Odyssey.
It's such a good game.
Which is, oh my gosh.
That game's beautiful.
That game is beautiful.
I mean, you can control a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
You can control more than a Tyrannosaurus Rex. You can control almost anything in that game.
But, okay, do you not remember the scene? What was that movie called? Where the kid teleported through time. And there was the T-Rex and he was, like, standing in the corner?
I know what you're talking about. Meet the
Robinsons?
Yeah, you mean Meet the Robinsons?
Yeah,
in that movie.
Dude, you can be the Tyrannosaurus Rex from Meet the Robinsons.
Oh my gosh.
With a mustache.
Don't
forget,
mustache.
Whatever you control gets a mustache.
Oh my
it
God.
gets a mustache, and it also...
You can be a Goomba with a tiny little Italian mustache.
Yeah, no, it's hysterical. And so, I mean, a lot of people have been giving raving reviews over Super Mario Odyssey. And personally, from gameplay I have seen from Super Mario Odyssey, it is a great
I'm
game.
only seeing good things here.
I'm only seeing good things here,
But,
too.
you know, they kind of already hit a speed bump, which is sad because Mario's kind of like the whole... If you had to go through any game character to show that there's not like racial stereotypes, it's Mario.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of a little bit of everything. But there was a problem. And on the back of the Mario Odyssey game case, there was a picture because in the game you can get different outfits.
Yeah, you can get outfits.
And he was wearing a poncho and a sombrero.
Yeah,
it was hit hard.
It was hit hard, yeah.
People were not happy.
I know what
they
you're
were
talking
like,
about.
get it off there right now.
Yeah, no.
And like, you know, it's still in the game. You can still have it,
Yeah.
but it's just not on the game case.
Yeah.
Well, it's still fantastic, and it's like Super Mario,
We all know that's not what Nintendo intended.
No.
but-
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Nintendo is by no stretch of the imagination like that. I mean, there have been the speed bumps.
They're the cleanest game developer out there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I really like that. The game, fantastic. It's all the good parts of Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine,
Absolutely.
and then Super Mario Galaxy just
Yeah.
thrown together and here you go. Here's a great thing. You're
Super
welcome.
Mario Galaxy was beautiful. I think it's one of my favorite Mario games of all time.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, so I certainly feel as though this takes what all those games did right and combined them, and also gave you the power to actually control
and
everything in the
they
game.
added more.
Yeah, and then they added the possibility.
They added customization, which was needed in a Mario game so bad.
You can customize your Mario.
Customize your Mario.
You could be Mario Jumpman Mario with a poncho.
Yes, you can.
There's also a great post game because after you beat the game, it's not over. There are like over 900 moons to collect, and there's so much to explore.
It's a
there.
completionist.
It is a completion stream.
if you're a completionist for video games, just pick it up. I don't know what you're doing.
I know, right?
I mean, you should just get that game regardless.
I mean, it's so
if
good.
you're a completionist or not.
If you have a Nintendo Switch, I wouldn't say buy a Switch just for Mario.
Oh, I would absolutely.
Oh, I would say I'm actually
buy a Switch, get Mario, and get Zelda, and you're set.
Oh
for
my
life.
gosh! What did I say? You get
or Pokken.
Oh yeah, Pokemon.
You could get actually. You know what? Get all three.
Speaking of Pokemon, here we go.
Okay, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon comes out on Friday, and they just released a new trailer yesterday.
They also showed all of the new Pokemon that are coming out.
Final. Well, that's because review copies and everybody can leak everything. I've had to stay away from the internet. It's been hard, but they just released a new trailer where it shows that the Necrozma forms both have a super special mega ability that isn't just like a new Z move or anything. It's like Ultra Dusk or something. I don't know what it says.
Does it like completely kill the entire game?
I don't know. In the trailer, it's literally just the bottom screen, and then there's a new icon on the side of the screen, and they click it, and then the video fades out.
Okay, so what happens?
Also,
my guess is when you use it, you actually just kind of nuked your hometown, and everything's gone.
Also, at the end of the trailer, they showed Necrozma, but he was golden. And the thing about Necrozma is that
He's golden?
Yeah, shut up. He's he is like he's a Pokemon of darkness or whatever, and he's trying to take the light from the rest of the world. So I'm guessing at some point he gets all the light.
What is this, a Destiny campaign?
And
it might be.
You know what? This is way better than Destiny in every sense of the word. I love Destiny with all my heart, but come on.
Aiden is crying.
So I'm gonna guess he takes all the light and becomes super ultra omega destroyer of worlds, and you get to catch him. And it's
his
super
name.
cool.
His name is just Necrozma backwards.
Yes.
Continuing on the Nintendo topics, Fire Emblem
just got
Echoes.
2 new games.
It did just get 2 new games.
Shadow of Valentia is absolutely fantastic.
That's all you've been playing, correct?
I was playing it before the podcast started. I was playing it all day yesterday. I've been playing it for about a week. Non-stop. It's fantastic.
Tommy won't shut up about it.
I won't. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a remake of a Fire Emblem game that was never brought to America.
Yeah.
Now it is.
It was Fire Emblem Gaiden, and it came out in the 90s, I think, and it was one of the third or fourth game in the series, way before the series ever made it to America.
I think the coolest part about this game is how instead of controlling your one army, where you get all these guys throughout the game, you control 2 different armies led by Alm and Celica that go through the game parallel to each other, and they kind of help each other out in different ways, and it's just really cool. And
there's a game that reminds me of that, Beyond Two Souls.
I don't know what that is.
It was a PlayStation 3 game.
Yeah.
And the whole game was that you're this little girl, and you have this kind of evil spirit that kind of helps you.
It's a spirit that follows you. It gives you certain abilities and powers.
It was heavily story based, but
it was one of those. You remember Heavy Rain?
Yeah,
it was the same developers that made Heavy Rain. They made Beyond Two Souls, and it was exactly the same format, just a different storyline.
It was not the same format.
Well, there was different elements.
It was good though.
No, they were both great games.
As well as it being the parallel adventures. It is different. It's played differently than other Fire Emblem games.
Okay,
there's a whole you can dungeon crawl. It's crazy.
Oh wow.
You walk around with your character, and it's amazing.
Yeah,
absolutely fantastic.
No.
I spent hours in those dungeons just farming out things and finding treasures. And
everyone keeps asking me what I want for Christmas, and it's starting to look like a 3DS.
It's starting to look like a 3DS, or you can get the recent 2DS that they just made.
That's what I meant.
Which is new 2DS.
Yeah, the new 2DS
which actually flips.
Yes.
And
it's not just a flat tablet.
It's not a piece of toast.
Yeah, it's not just a piece of toast.
It is not a burnt piece of toast.
It definitely looks like a piece
of toast. It absolutely
toast.
looks like a burnt piece of toast. But I have one question. So you mentioned the 2 armies are what are the names of the people?
Led by Alm and Celica.
So those are the 2
those are the 2 main characters.
Those are 2 leads? Okay, I'm just wondering.
Those are in other Fire Emblem games, correct?
Are they?
No. They're the
I
main
remember
characters of this
Celica
one.
something
In
else.
Fire Emblem Awakening, you could fight armies from previous games and get the leaders of them.
That's
Okay,
So-
that's probably what it was then.
And
Yeah.
there's also items named after main characters from other games.
Yep,
so
that makes
Alm's
sense.
Blade is in a
Okay.
lot of the games.
Yeah, no, I get
Yeah,
that.
that's my bad.
No, I get that.
So, keeping a try along the cartoony way. Yes, I know Fire Emblem isn't cartoony, but its art style is.
it's a Nintendo game.
It's Animus.
We
Yeah.
come into something a little bit more sad.
sad.
Sonic.
Oh, I know.
Forces.
Sonic Forces.
Okay. I'm
What?
gonna defend this game real fast because it isn't as bad as everybody says it is.
It's not
yes,
good.
It's not good. Yes, you get to make your own persona, which is really weird, and you can put Crocs on it or whatever you
You know
want.
you only play it like 3 times, right?
And yes, it's weird to play as your own persona, but the game is beautiful. The
It looks
gameplay isn't awful.
It's visually appealing, but
It
the gameplay
is visually appealing. The story is a little too like everybody's dead. We got to save the world.
But, like
I mean,
the-
have you
it's
seen
like a
Infinity?
Michael Bay movie plot.
Have you seen Infinity?
Oh, you mean the
Yeah,
the,
he's the edgelord.
edgiest.
Okay, but when
He's-
Shadow came out, he was the edgiest.
No,
they gotta top
You
the
got-
edgy with.
you got to understand. Infinity is Eggman's edgy 15-year-old son.
I know. I'm aware.
Leave me alone, Dad.
Sonic was edgy. Was his edgy 15-year-old son. I'm just saying they got Shadow, and he's really edgy, and they were like, "Well, if we're gonna make an edgy character, we got to make it edgier than Shadow." And Shadow uses guns.
We gotta get big.
I feel like Infinity is so edgy that like if I just went near him,
Yeah.
I would just die.
So for those of you who don't know, Infinity is one of the main villains.
He is the main villain.
Is he the main villain? Okay. Yeah. Infinity is the main villain
Because he does his edgy thing, and it's just like I'm gonna go do my own thing.
Yeah, I would say he's the main villain for Sonic Forces. And also the thing I have about Sonic Forces is I've been watching gameplay of it.
Game Grumps.
Yeah, I've been watching Game Grumps play it, and that's like the only good copy that they have because the PC version does not run very well.
I have to say, for how it runs as a game on the PS4, it's doing fine. I mean, there's not really many bugs. It's not glitching. It's not Sonic 07.
06.
06.
It was 06.
It was
it was Sonic 06.
Sonic
Was it
06.
Sonic
06.
06.
But yeah, the PC port of Sonic Forces though is terrible. Like whenever the game came out, it was barely even playable. Like the frame rates just kept.
I mean,
dropping.
even if it has good frame rates, it's still unplayable.
Yeah, the game would crash. The game would crash all the time after like the 3rd level, and they had to patch it multiple times.
It's
awful.
sad.
If I were to suggest anything to Sega, which nobody's gonna listen, but I would have said
Share this to Sega
to
right now.
release Sonic
Sega.
Forces before Sonic Mania, because releasing Sonic Mania and you get this amazing Sonic game, which is absolutely fantastic,
And
it's also cheaper, and then they release Sonic Forces, which is mediocre in comparison,
and it's
$60 game.
Hey,
so
you know what
I
I'm
thought
going
it
to
was
say?
only 40.
I don't know, whatever.
You know what I'm going to say though? At least it's
more
better
than-
than Sonic Boom.
That's what I'm saying. If they would have released it after Sonic Boom, that would have been the next game in the series, they would have been like, "Oh, this is pretty good compared to Sonic Boom," because
This
Sonic
is pretty
Boom
rad.
is. Dude, we don't talk about Sonic
My
Boom.
personal favorite ever comment about Sonic Forces though was from what was it? I think it was
I think it was Polygon, and they said you can get Sonic. Oh, Sonic Forces is only really good if you want to play as your own original Sonic character.
Guys, you need to understand that we need a cross between Mario and Sonic again, and just call it Mario Boom, and make it the worst physical game you can make, but it's Mario.
Okay, all I'm saying is, if Sonic gets his own fan characters, can we get a Mario game with my own fan character?
I'm just gonna make Luigi, but short.
Oh, good. No.
So
stop.
you
Just
think
taking a
it'd
weird
sound
turn.
like Mario, but it's not.
It's Luigi. I'm kidding. It's Waluigi. That was a bad joke.
Okay.
I want to stop talking about Sonic Forces.
I
because
no
I'm
I
gonna vomit.
no I agree.
not
However,
that bad.
However, positives.
Thinking about PlayStation, because we
Yeah.
were talking about how good PlayStation is running with Sonic
Yeah, no,
Forces.
go ahead.
Just a quick little thing. We'll probably bring it back in a little bit.
yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn is the most amazing game.
Yeah.
I can't ask for more from it.
Fire Emblem's better.
So, Logan, I heard that you recently started playing it.
I did recently start playing it. So I only started the intro so far. I didn't even get past the whole
being a child thing.
No, I got past being a child.
Okay.
But I mean, just from what I've played so far, it's a good challenging game. That once you start, I mean, it's a good challenge.
I've played a lot. I'm level 25.
I'm level like 6. I don't know.
I've played a lot.
Yeah, no, I get that. And so yeah, I mean, it's definitely Horizon Zero Dawn, and we will actually get back to Horizon Zero Dawn whenever we get back from our breaks. You have something to look forward to. But Tommy, you have.
I have our video game history for the week.
Oh, do we not have any movies today?
I got a list. I don't. Movies are not as interesting for me personally,
okay. Yeah.
So I'm gonna do video games.
We can do
because
both some
video games are cool.
Yeah.
But I got a list here of video games that came out today on November 15th in the past. The Legend of Zelda, the NES game, it came out in Sweden today.
They're not in the past, actually. They all came out right now today.
Yeah, right now. All of these games right now today.
Yes.
Gradius in Japan, Twisted Metal also in Japan, Dead or Alive 3 in the United States,
Oh,
Kingdom
really?
Hearts 2, Doom 2, Tekken 5,
Wow.
Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, which is pretty good. Shadow the Hedgehog, we were just talking about this. Edgelord with guns, great idea.
But can we talk about Doom 2? Wow.
Doom 2 came out.
Dragon Quest 8, and then
Good game.
New Super Mario Bros.
Very
Wii
good
came
game.
out, which was a fantastic game.
It was.
Oh
Good
no,
game.
absolutely. That was one of the games that I definitely played a lot.
And make sure to like and share our page on Facebook and to get the $30 gift card for Geekadrome.
And I mean, honestly, just
like
I would go to Geekadrome. It's awesome. It's a great store.
No, I agree. And
yeah, they're selling those like cool mystery magic boxes. I bought one of those the other day.
I bought 3, and I can make an entire new deck with it.
Definitely worth their value. You get like a couple mythics, good, a really good set of rares. Like
I got what was that? What was that white and black card we just got?
I don't know. I got a couple really good Sphinxes, which were really
it was
good.
Like,
and then, like
something before death. It's pretty crazy.
yeah, that's nice.
I got a green reset card, which just resets everything on the field. And
I remember you told me about that.
yeah, it was pretty fantastic.
All right,
It's
well,
annoying.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I can imagine it being annoying. Well, anyways, we're going to go ahead and take a break. We will see you guys shortly.
The Geekadrome Games and Comics, located at 534 Brookline Boulevard, Pittsburgh, PA, is your one-stop shop for comics, games, shirts, Magic the Gathering, D&D, action figures, and more. In addition to being a retail store, we also host events for Magic the Gathering, Dungeons & Dragons, and HeroClick. Make sure you join up with our Facebook groups for events and special releases. For more information like the Geekadrome Games and Comics on Facebook. Hey, it's Todd Double D DeFazio, host of the Double D Show, Pittsburgh's best podcast, according to the readers of the Pittsburgh City Paper. Get caught up on the podcast and get information for our Season 6 return. Go to DoubleDShow.com.
It's the Double D Show.
The Nerdnado podcast on Idiot Radio is brought to you by the Brookline Teen Outreach, a nonprofit located in the South Hills of Pittsburgh that offers free programming to youth ages 10 to 18. After school and weekend drop-in sessions provide tutoring, access to computers, community service opportunities, counseling, and life skill programs. The Brookline Teen Outreach is dedicated to making a difference in people's lives by offering success, understanding, and hope in our community. For more information, please visit Facebook, Twitter, or their website, brooklineteenoutreach.org.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Nerdnado podcast. So we just left off talking about Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, I could talk about this game for hours,
Oh,
honestly.
we absolutely could.
You could kill dinosaurs. And
Not just regular dinosaurs.
Robot
Mecha
dinosaurs.
dinosaurs.
So, see, the thing I have an issue with about RPGs is I love some difficult RPGs. But the thing is Horizon Zero Dawn it's hard.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
No, it's not an easy game.
It's definitely a hard game.
I've almost died multiple
But
times.
the thing is that, like, there's hard where it's skill, and then there's hard where it's just unbalanced.
Yeah.
And I understand why it's hard like that.
Cough, cough, Dark Souls, cough, cough.
No, that's actually different. That's skill, not unbalanced.
Listen, you're talking to the one guy that plays Dark Souls religiously. Let's
the thing
move
about
on.
Horizon Zero Dawn, though, is that it's unbalanced, and I can understand why in like a lore aspect, because you're fighting robots that are made from metal with bows and arrows
and spears.
and spears. Like, I'm not going to expect it, but sometimes it's a little ridiculous, and I like that there is an actual like you can change the difficulty.
Mid game you can change
there's
the
a story difficulty setting where everything's super easy, and that's kind of just what you pick when you want to go through the story, and I enjoy that because
I love games that put stuff like that in there, because if I just want to go through the story and not sit there for hours struggling on one giant mecha dinosaur,
if I wanted to worry about not being able to kill robots, I would go back to the Surge, but I haven't. So
go back to the Surge.
No, don't go back to the Surge,
because I'd cry. We all know Devin would disappear.
We all know Devin would disappear, indeed. But that is not the only PlayStation game that's coming out or has come out. In particular, I'm going to talk about World War II, Call of Duty, which this game is knocking out of the park.
I mean, they started out slow. It was hard because their only problem is they weren't expecting such a huge fan base, and I can understand why, because everyone's like, well, they should have expected. But you have to understand is they have been going so hard with this whole like futuristic thing that when they took it back almost like 400 years, people are like, what is this?
Yeah, and there were a lot of people that were like, oh, they're just trying to copy the
Battlefield 1.
Battlefield. They're just trying to copy
But the thing is they're not, because they're so much different. And the thing is I actually enjoy what Call of Duty is doing right now, because they're trying to fix what they've done.
Yeah.
Because I'm speaking for myself here, but I didn't enjoy the futuristic games. I thought they were kind of cheesy.
No one liked them.
I thought after Black Ops 2, they lost a lot of momentum. It just got too ridiculous.
Well, no, Ghost was good. Ghost was good. It was Advanced Warfare. I thought Ghost was
Ghost, in my opinion, is one of the worst games.
Well, so here's the problem. Here's the problem that Call of Duty has been running into recently is the fact they have been having so many issues balancing guns, because all the guns that they were trying to create were their own original ideas. Well, it was their own original thing.
And that's the thing about World War II, is because we're going back to an actual war. And, the guns aren't, exact like Battlefield 1 is, but they're balanced. There's a variety. And I personally haven't been able to play it much myself because I don't have it yet.
Yeah.
But I've been watching a lot of people play, and from what I see, it seems balanced, and there's actually variety in the game again.
There's a good mix.
That's what we needed, because if you remember Black Ops 2, that's where it was. It was variety. There was different things. People actually used, like, the riot shield.
I could run around with a knife and just stab people, and it would work.
And it would be fine.
But it was fun. That was the thing about Call of Duty. It was fun, and then it changed, and it got sad.
Well,
they took out the knives, punching people.
Yeah, I started punching people, and I was like, I wanted to poke a person with a knife.
I want to give him a quick shank,
And
but
see, and I'm going to bring Call of Duty into our next topic.
Yeah,
Call of Duty is doing something a little bit different that Call of Duty hasn't done in a long time.
Yeah,
and that is competitive.
Yeah, they're getting back into the whole esports thing.
Yeah, they have a game mode called War where they're bringing back competitive, and they're going to try to hit home with it.
Yeah,
and that leads to esports, which esports isn't really doing too well right now. We're alive, we're floating, but we have some of the biggest esports titles are not doing so hot.
No, they're not.
And we all know what I'm talking about here.
Go ahead, say it.
Overwatch.
Yeah.
Get it together.
Yeah, no, I agree.
What's going on with the Overwatch?
Overwatch is losing its fan base. It's gone.
They're losing their fan base quickly.
It's been out for a really long time.
Well, the thing is they're not releasing content enough.
But they just released a new character, didn't they?
No,
or are they about to?
They're releasing it soon.
They announced her like a month ago, and then she's probably not going to come out for another month.
Yeah. That's the problem everyone has with Overwatch, is that Overwatch doesn't release characters fast enough. Well, yes, they have added a lot of characters. They added Doomfist. They haven't
added that many characters, actually.
Well, they have Doomfist, Orisa, Ana...
and
Sombra. And Sombra, yeah.
Well, what's that, like 4?
Yeah,
in like a year?
No, 2.
2 years?
It's almost
been out for 2 years?
It has been out for 2 years, yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. And see, my problem with is because Moira, the new character, looks beautiful, fantastic, but we're not getting content fast enough.
No.
And you see, this is where other games with esports are starting to come in and hitting hard, because the esports was dominated by Overwatch for so long.
It was.
Because South Korea ate it up.
They
loved it.
Yeah.
But then they kind of got bored with it because nothing changed.
Yeah, it's like the same thing that happened to like Destiny 1. Like they released some pretty good expansion packs, and then it just got repetitive.
So
and then they stopped.
When I mentioned some games that had taken over, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I play Overwatch. I'll play it for like a week straight, and then I'll drop it for like a month. And then
that's how we are right now.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way.
See, but I was talking about how esports are kind of being dominated by some newer games.
Yeah.
And I think it's time we start talking about them. And they need some love, too.
Okay.
Rocket League. We're out here for you.
Oh, Rocket League.
Rocket League is exploding, especially with their market right now.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's out on Switch now, too. So
it's out on Switch.
Bigger market.
But you see, the thing is it's not even the actual market for the game. It's the player market, the trading.
Oh, yeah. When they introduced trading, the whole thing exploded.
It was gone.
Yeah.
Because you can buy these keys. And what these keys do is they open crates. In the crates, you can get super rare items that are worth more keys. Well, there's items out there which a key is worth $1 in U.S. currency.
That was worth $2 for one key.
No, it's $1.
Okay.
I thought it was $1.50.
Well, that's to buy them, but in the
they're
actual
worth money.
Yeah,
in the actual
cash.
marketplace, a key is worth $1.
Oh, okay.
Because you can get 20 keys for $20. That is what the base is.
Okay, I get that.
So, in the marketplace, changes from system to system, but right now there are some items out there. Don't know them off the top of my head, but I know they exist.
Yeah.
That are worth close to 300 keys.
Oh yeah, it's
that's
like
$300.
It's like CS:GO with that aspect. Is that you have all these major aesthetic items,
but people are starting to sell like these Rocket League items for PSN cards.
Yeah,
and like
and that's
Steam cards and Xbox cards.
It's a lot.
That's what keeps CS:GO going. It's the crazy amount of keys. Which I mean, I can imagine Rocket League will keep going for the same reason.
Well, no, they're going on for many different reasons. CS:GO went on for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah.
They're competitive. CSGO is a huge competitive scene, but also they're trading and like buying and things.
Yeah.
Which this is where Rocket League is coming in because they're like competitive and like ranked gameplay is so good.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Because it's such a good game.
Yeah, no, it's a great game. You would not imagine a game where you play as cars playing soccer while you fly around and have rocket boosts. I mean, that sounds like the most random game ever, but it's also one of the coolest games ever.
I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was supposed to originally be called like supersonic fast soccer cars.
Supersonic fast soccer cars.
It was well. There's like a like opening the game. There's a certain like button combination that you can press, and it'll bring up that screen.
Oh, really?
We gotta find that. We gotta find that.
If we ask our good friend Brandon, who's not here today.
Let's say Brandon's a friend of yours. You introduced me to him.
He would.
He's big into the same stuff as you are. We mentioned in last podcast.
He plays a lot of Rocket League. He would know about that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think I might know about that.
What I really like about Rocket League is how they did the ranked system, because it feels like a lot better and so much more rewarding than like.
I mean, a lot of games are rough with their ranked systems.
Yeah. But I mean,
I agree.
Like
Overwatch.
Like Rainbow Six, Overwatch, Smite, like it's all super.
No, I agree.
Smite's isn't that bad.
I mean, if you get stuck in like bronze or something, it can take a lot to get.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about being stuck in bronze until you play Rainbow. Yeah.
I haven't even hit level 30 to do ranked in Smite yet.
Are you serious? Oh my goodness gracious! All right, well, I mean, speaking of Smite. Actually, this brings us into a great thing. Smite recently got a new update, and in particular, they got a new god. So in Smite, you play as gods from different mythologies,
and you fight other gods. You beat up gods with gods because you're a god.
And sometimes gods that aren't gods.
Exactly, things like Hercules, who's a demigod. Calder as well.
Hey! Hercules
becomes a god.
That's true.
At the end, yeah.
That's true. I like how in sync you guys were with that one.
Well, we've talked about this a lot.
We all know that Calder's the real god, though. It's not Scotty.
That's true. But anyway, so there has been
my only problem is, they've been announcing these new heroes or gods or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
And then they announced Cerberus. And we've gone a little far fetched with gods. I understand. There's some out there, but Cerberus is one where it doesn't make sense.
Wait, they're going to add Cerberus?
Yeah.
Cerberus hasn't been officially announced though. It's all in data mining.
Yeah, it's only data mining.
People like to data mine the patches in the game and find out what the next 2 or 3 gods that they're going to release.
If they can release Kuzembo as a god, then they can release.
But Cerberus is a pet of a god that's already there.
That's true. I can see the problem there. I can see the problem there.
And I mean, is there another example? Let me think on that. Keep going.
So the new god that recently came out for Smite with their latest update was Discordia, who is a Roman?
The Roman goddess of strife.
Yeah. See, here's what we mean, Overwatch. We understand that Smite is a different game style, but they know how to release things properly.
Yeah, no,
There's
I agree.
never a moment in Smite where I'm kind of bored of everything. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's almost 90 gods now?
There's over 90.
There is over 90 gods. But yeah, so Discordia, She's definitely a good character. She has, for those of you who are looking for a bit of tips on how to play, she has great clear for lanes. For lanes. For those of you who are very big nerds there, or for those of you who aren't big nerds, lane clear is essentially meaning there are these miniature enemies called what are they called?
Minions.
Minions, yeah.
Grunts.
Well, they're called grunts somewhere else. But yeah, that's true. But so whenever you say you have good wave clear, it means you would clear out these minions very, very quickly because they come in waves. So I certainly feel as though Discordia is good for that. She's also good for what else is she good for? Off the top, I can't remember off the top of my head.
Her abilities are crazy. Like
they're crazy.
She can make your enemies fight each other.
Mm-hmm.
Her ultimate ability, she shoots a giant golden apple that explodes after it gets stuck on somebody.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
This is going to be a little bit of a rougher transition. You know, we go from talking about a game that's doing very well for itself to a game that's not doing so well.
Is it Battlefront 2?
It's Battlefront 2.
Oh, no.
We have apparently a train wreck of video games right now because we keep talking about games that are doing great right now. And then we have like Sonic Forces.
Do you remember that time that EA was like, we're not going to mess up again, and then they like got a different developer, and then they messed up?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, EA's been pushing it for a while, but so it's about time that they
for those of you who
slipped
don't
up and
understand what happened, Battlefront 2 is tanking hard. See, the problem is you know, it's a $60 game. It's a full-price game.
Mm-hmm. AAA title.
It's a AAA title. It's expensive. And they already ran into a problem. There's these heroes. You play as Star Wars characters. It's Star Wars Battlefront. You have to play as Jedis and other things for it to work out because that's how it is. You can play as Luke. You can play as Darth Vader, Yoda, all these crazy things. But we ran into a problem with the heroes. You can't play them because you either have to pay for them or grind harder than any RPG in the world.
Yeah. It takes about 40 hours to unlock a hero.
It's 45 to 70 for one hero.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's 70.
I've already talked to Sega. I'm going to talk to you, EA.
All
I'm saying
everyone
is
shared EA.
Scrap this game. Just get rid of it. And you know what you need to do?
Remember
go
that
to Battlefront 2.
Remember the original Battlefront 2 game
remake
that we had?
Battlefront 2. Just take it, put a new polish on it, throw it out. Everybody will love it. I'll love it. Everybody will. Everyone will love it.
Remember that Battlefront 2 game that we had before on PS2?
I miss Galactic Conquest.
Added to PS4 Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2.
The proper one. It should be titled Battlefront 2, the proper one.
You know, you don't even have to put any new maps or characters or anything.
No,
I don't care. Just put,
you really
put a
don't.
new polish on it.
Make it online.
Put it online.
Give it a nice spit shine.
Speaking of that, the servers on Steam for Battlefront 2 just went back up, so I'm going to go do that at some point.
Yeah.
Are you actually going to get that?
I have it. I've already bought it. I bought it when the servers were down because I love that game so much.
Okay. Yeah, no, I respect that.
I'm shaking my head at you.
Oh, yeah. But EA, whenever people started getting angry about all this hero stuff and the microtransactions, they put a statement on Reddit. And it became the most downvoted comment in Reddit history.
Can you imagine a AAA title putting stuff on Reddit?
I know, right?
It's getting rough these days.
It's getting rough.
Over 400,000 downvotes. So
it is.
That was crazy.
Speaking of like downvotes or dislikes, remember when the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare trailer had billion?
Oh yeah, it was the most disliked video.
2 million,
on YouTube.
200 million.
Yeah,
same. That was so. EA is definitely having a bit of train wrecks.
I'm going to talk to you for a second.
All right, we're going to have two conversations. I like this.
EA. I'm going to give you a little bit of advice.
Yeah.
Stop with microtransactions. It's a $60 game. We're paying for what we.
So the whole thing recently with video games is that there's been incorporations of things like loot boxes, where I mean the right way to do it is the way that Rocket League does it and Overwatch does it, where
Call of Duty World War II,
where everything is aesthetic. It doesn't change the base game.
What I like is Call of Duty World War II because what it is it changed what it looks like, but on top of that, it doesn't really change the stats of the weapon. It just kind of gives you like more XP or like certain things do different things for like zombies or it doesn't change how the gun works, just does different things.
So it doesn't mess with like the player versus player at all.
Because I mean
you just get more experience.
Because then that just makes the new Star Wars game a pay to win. Because you could throw like $60 extra in it, even though it's already $60.
$120 right there. You get all the heroes,
and
you
win. It's game over.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean that, and also in the loot boxes, you can get upgrades to your your weapons. You can get upgrades to your characters. You can get upgrades to the heroes that you just recently bought using
for $60
for $60 with microtransactions.
You can get upgrades that you're not even a high enough level to use, and you can use them anyways because you got them out of a loot crate.
Yeah. So it's like so say you have this this terrible gun that has the stats of essentially a garbage can, and you have a modifier on it that gives you 100% more damage. For everyone else who's your same level and is also using that garbage gun, I bet you any money the person with 100% more damage that bought it is going to win that gunfight. Therefore, they're going to level up faster and therefore make it less fun for everyone else. So there's a massive problem with microtransactions, and in particular the loot box system. I feel as though if the loot box system is done well, where it doesn't change base gameplay, it's fine.
Because Overwatch's loot crate is...
It's all aesthetic.
It's good.
Yeah, you can spend money on it, and it's just like, oh, he's got a cool skin. That's cool.
Let's not talk about Christmas last year with Overwatch.
Whenever you're talking about how you spent, what was it? Oh my gosh,
over $100.
Yeah, so you spent over $100 on loot boxes in Overwatch.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm disappointed.
He also got every single Christmas skin, but you know what? It cost him $100.
I'm not proud of myself.
You're not proud of yourself?
Not at all.
You know what else is pretty? Going to be pretty rad coming up.
Well, speaking of games that are $120 to have fun, there's games that we don't need to pay for, and you know what? It's beautiful that it finally became free because we all knew it was going to happen one day. StarCraft is free.
You know what I want to say about this? We have talked about a lot of 2s today. StarCraft 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2.
It is the year of sequels.
Call of Duty World War 2.
But let's talk about this for a second.
No, I agree.
You know, we talked about esports, and how can we not talk about StarCraft? I mean, it made esports.
It definitely built the guidelines for esports.
Don't get mad at me, but I've never played any of the StarCraft games.
Don't worry.
I've never played any of them, but I understand them and I've seen them.
Yeah. Also,
and I can respect their beauty.
Yeah, absolutely. And whenever StarCraft 2 was announced as being free, everyone rejoiced with a sigh of relief. And the StarCraft 2 developers threw a bit of shade at EA in particular by saying, well, welcome to StarCraft 2. It's a complete game. You have to pay for the campaign. You know how much you have to pay for the main campaign? $0. You know how much you have to pay for DLC and stuff like that?
None.
$0.
Well,
$0. Well, I mean,
actually, all of their expansions and stuff, but they're all like it's $15 each. And
so you can get the game and all of its expansions for like $30.
Yeah,
exactly. How many expansions they have.
And compare that to what EA is currently doing.
Battlefront 2, $120, and you insta win the game.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, who doesn't want to pay out pocket for winning?
I love you, EA.
Love you, EA, but get your crap together.
I refuse to say that I love EA.
It's like, love you, EA, but get your stuff together. Anyway, so we're ending. But before we end, we actually have our winner for the $30 gift card, and we are going to be calling that man right now. We're going to be waiting for the call to go through. In the meantime,
we're going to play some sick tunes for you.
In the meantime, while somebody goes ahead and calls him, one real quick thing is also the advancement in particular of even more PlayStation games. I mean, there's
some nice shout-outs. There's Wolfenstein 2, Evil Within 2.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, okay.
Well, in that case, he's not answering his phone. His phone must have died.
That's fine.
Roland Snyder, you won.
Yeah.
You get $30 at the Geekadrome, place where you could go buy magic cards and all those minifigures you wanted to buy and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can get some magic cards, minifigures. I'm pretty sure they have some more D&D stuff in there.
D&D stuff, yeah. You can get
comic
some D&D
books,
sets, comics.
There's a lot of stuff in there.
There's a lot of stuff. It's a great store.
The mystery boxes that we were talking about earlier.
So fun. It's interesting.
It's a fun thing. So, anyways, we will be giving that to you, and also again, just real quick, just final wrap up of everything. Just some quick shout outs.
We wanted to thank Brookline Teen Outreach for having. Setting up this class that we took, and
we wouldn't be us if it wasn't for you.
I mean, just allowing us to go there every week in general, and all the volunteers, and Kate especially, because
Kate has done the world for us.
She has, absolutely. And also, another announcement that I think we're all very excited about is we are not going to be leaving after this podcast.
Yeah.
We are going to be continuing Nerdnado.
Not next week, because next week
not
is
next week.
Thanksgiving. But we'll let you guys know. If you follow and like and share our Facebook page, you'll be updated on all the information on our podcast schedule.
We definitely all run together.
The 29th.
29th is going to be our next thing. Let's say 29th is our next thing. All right. Well,
yeah, because go like that Facebook page that we all are active on and we all use.
Maybe we'll give away more stuff. Maybe and you could maybe win that. I don't know.
Anyways, we are going to be going ahead and wrapping up. I hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving, and just go ahead and have a great couple of days.
Eat them turkeys.
Eat them
turkeys.
turkeys.
Have a good night. Or day, or whatever, whenever you're watching this.
Yeah.
Have a good everything.
Have a good life.
Have a good life. I definitely feel as though having a good life is the moral of the story here.
I was going to say, you don't have to eat turkey. You can enjoy whatever you want for Thanksgiving.
I
know a lady who ate shark for Thanksgiving.
How about turducken? How about that?
I have never seen a turducken in my life, but if you're eating a turducken, go for it.
I thought that was a Phineas and Ferb thing.
No, that exists.
No, that exists.
Yeah.
It's real.
It's a chicken inside of it, or it's a duck inside of a chicken inside of a turkey. But that's beside the point. Have a great Thanksgiving or whatever you do on that day, and have a wonderful life.
And happy holidays. That's a proper
happy holidays, and also don't die during Black Friday.
And this is the Nerdnado podcast signing out for the week.